Alright, and we're back with some more Tomb Raider 1. It's a brand new day, everything's brand new on my end, so I'm very excited. Oh my god, that was a really bad way to start a session. Anyways, so this is the city of Kamun. This is the first Egyptian level of the very few in the game. Which is kind of a damn shame, because this is like my favorite chapter in the game, and it's very fun, and all the puzzles are really just fleshed out and cool, and I love it. When I was a kid, I never got this far. It was really sad, because, oh man, I think I've waxed lyrical about how much I absolutely love ancient Egypt, so when I was a kid, I really wanted to get that far, because I think on the back of the box of the original jewel case, it actually says, visit crazy exotic locations, such as Atlantis, Egypt, and Peru. And I was like, oh, I know what an Egypt is. I've seen Atlantis by Disney, so I know all about these things. So, yeah, it was a pretty cool experience. I mean, I loved mummies, as I've said, and probably demonstrated at least a few times since the beginning of the series. And my Serious Sam one as well. Like, I love ancient Egypt, so just seeing a lot of this when I was a teenager was really kind of weird, but still really cool. So I haven't mentioned that. Alright, this is like the hardest chapter in the game next to probably Atlantis, so Magnum time. Absolutely the magnum opus of all things, because these fucking panthers, these guys take a fucking beating to kill, so you want to pull out the big boys on them. You don't want to fuck around with your pistols on those. I mean, if you somehow, I don't know how you'd be able to do this considering the pickups are all stacked, but if you somehow manage to not pick up the magnums, god, I don't know what to tell you. Unless you're crazy and you just really, really want to challenge yourself and probably hate yourself at the same time. Yeah, don't do it. Now, there's also a mummy down here. And I'll explain how these work as well. They're pretty basic enemies at first, so not too bad, right? Okay, they just die and they blow up. Okay, that's not too bad. Wow, that doesn't seem bad at all. Oh boy, just you wait. Those mummies are the worst enemy in the entire game, in my opinion. I don't think there's an enemy that's any more awful. I know they're technically the same enemy that we see later on, but oh god, they're just fucking atrocious. Like, I know I'm making it seem like it's probably not a big deal, but it really is. So, the strategy for the mummies is just one of two things. The very few that are actually placed in sensible locations that human beings would put enemies in, they aren't too bad, like that one right there. However, for some reason, City of Kamun, which is the level we're in right now, this is the only level in the game where the mummies don't explode. So once we get to the next level, the mummies explode and do contact damage. So it's just an absolutely nightmare, awful experience that you do not want to have. Like, they're just awful. I hate this level. Like, the geometry is just really awful because it's very not fun to read. So anyways, yeah, the objective is not actually right here. Those are for the later portion of the next level. This is a kind of interesting level because it does kind of sort of like blend, I guess, like into the next one. It's kind of neat. I really like this kind of concept. I know this was explored in later Tomb Raider games as well. Like the idea that you can branch off into another level. I like that in games. It's something I'm very fond of in general. Anyways, the mummy strategy. So there's two things you can do. Gun them down from a distance. I don't know why I was going to say distance weird there, but I was. I'm a little tired. It's been a weird day. I got to get some videos out, so... Plus I'm in the mood for some tomb raiding, because I want to get back into some Serious Sam after this, too. Recording-wise. Anyways. That also, me and my friend used to say that looked like the Oblivion logo, and, I guess it kind of does. I'm sure it was a complete coincidence. Anyways, so, the mummies are awful. The mummies and the, like, jaguars are the most common enemies in this section of the game. the other way to deal with the mummies is to use your shotgun in the very tight space areas. Now, I don't know if I'm an idiot, but if this is a PS1 exclusive thing, but I swear to God you can clip through this. It's very, very iffy. This section of the game, I feel, it's got a lot of really cool parts, but I honest to God think this was the most rushed. And I think that's just something to do with the fact that it's really close to the end of the game. I mean, this isn't a very long section, I'm going to say that right now. It's probably only about a quarter of the length of the game. And you may think, oh, well, that's pretty long, but I'd say this is actually on par with the same length as, like, the cave section and everything in, like, Peru. Not 100%, but very similar. This also is where Tomb Raider 1 starts to become absolutely fucking nightmarishly brutal. So, yeah, you're going to see what I mean as we get into this area. I don't think it's very bad, but I feel like it wasn't polished. I can't really quite explain it. There's just a lot of bullshit they start throwing at you. It's not as bad as the Atlantis sections, but my goodness, it's very close. So, the mummies, by the way, they don't have a lot of health. I want to get the fuck up here as quickly as I can. There's a panther in this area as well. There's two, I think? No, maybe there's just one. I can't remember off the top. I know there's definitely one in this room. How about that? Where you at, you bastard? Alright. Well, fine. Fuck you, then. I guess I was thinking of the wrong area. Doesn't matter. They fuck you up either way. And I don't know what I was talking about and then when I first did this LP. I was like, oh yeah, health items are way, way uncommon. No, they're kind of everywhere. There. What the fuck is that shit? Come on, man. Let me... I double-checked. At least you knew I wasn't kidding. It was like, oh, there's a fucking panther down there. Panther with a K. It's my favorite fucking G-Star moment of all time. Panther K! It's from his playthrough of Mortal Kombat Chaotic when he does his second playthrough. It's fucking funny. I love that. Panther K! It's weird how much shit I actually have watched on the internet. I love it. Anyways, I do really like this level a lot. It's a lot of, like, what you've already learned. You could argue don't use the Magnum on the alligator, but dude, I don't really give a shit. It's the end of the game. I'll do what I want. You'll notice I have a fuckload of, there we go. I was waiting for the sound cue. That boulder, the first time I played this game, my friend was just joking. What's that fucking boulder's gonna get you? I was like, shut the fuck up, and then it happened, and I was really upset. I also felt like that was gonna happen the first time I played this. Like I said, I played this with a friend when I was like 13 or so, and it was the most heart-wrenching shit because I was so mad. I wanted to be the best at all the video games, and he was just trolling me the whole time. Anywho, I've already forgot what I was talking about. Doesn't really matter. These areas are basically going to be all exclusive to the Magnum. I'm dead serious. There's no reason you shouldn't be using the Magnum at this point. It is the most efficient weapon in the game. As in, it's so good. If you're not using it, you're doing something wrong. I don't mean to rip on you if you really like the pistols, but why the fuck would you use the pistols when you can use the Magnum? That's what a sane human being would say, right? So, trust your guts. Use the Magnums. I'm going to go back for that secret in a minute as well. I'm pretty sure this is the next area we need to be in, but I don't want to go there right this minute. There's a secret, I think, up above. Now, it's weird because... Ow. I actually do, like, get the secrets here, and I think it's mainly because I actually want to get more ammo, because at this point in the game, I've switched completely... Oh, by the way, like I said, there's that sound issue in full force. Like, you cannot play a sound like that, or the music track, and a pickup health or secret noise, sorry. It's weird. Also, this is the next objective area, is this, like, I know this is actually a real thing, I just can't remember what it's called. I know it's a cat, obviously, I'm not that stupid, but I just can't remember the actual name of that statue. It's a real statue from memory. I'm pretty damn sure. And I believe that also makes an appearance in Tomb Raider 2 in the Croft Manor when you do the secret area. Anyways. Yeah, the Magnum is essentially the best weapon in the game. You have no business not using it. If you're not using the Magnum, I don't know why you're playing the game at this point. Its fire rate is just so basic to the pistol, so it's not much different, but it's 4 times the damage, so why not use it? Plus, the game is going to start throwing, like, Magnum at... Jesus, I thought I got him. It's going to start throwing Magnum ammo at you because reasons. Like I said, I don't really use the shotgun hardly ever. There's very few instances in the entire game where I actually actively go after using it. I don't really know why. It's just not my cup of tea, you know? I think I've expressed it before. It's just too sluggish and weird, and I just... not a huge fan of it. This is one of the worst puzzles in the game, in my opinion, because it's not very difficult, A. And B, it's just block pushing. Oh my god. I know what, like, some people really don't like the block pushing in Tomb Raider. I'm one of them, because it's so slow that... I don't know, like, I like it in... I think in Anniversary and Legend, you could actually just, like, rotate the block around, like you grabbed onto it and you moved it. But in this, it's not like that, obviously. You have to push it 1 tile forward each time, and that can get very, very tedious really quickly. Also, Egypt is where the game is like, okay, I hope you know the control scheme at this point, because if you don't, well, you're gonna be up shit creek. I can safely say that without a shadow of a doubt. Pretty sure there's a mummy? No, that's not the area. There is one that just, it's placed in such an awful way that it's almost a guaranteed fucking... Ugh, I hate that noise, it's super loud. It's almost a guaranteed, like, kill if it touches you, basically. And I'm just not a fan of it. Oh, fuck. That was... Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm getting nervous. There's a lot of areas in here that are just deadly as fuck, and this is, like I said, the game expects you to know how to control it at this point, too, because they're it's gonna start throwing some shit at you that you don't want to deal with, and you better be ready for it. The puzzles here aren't very alinear like the past ones in Rome, but they're definitely... I'd say they're fun. I actually really like the next level quite a bit. It's just really open, and it's a Tomb Raider level. That's how I call it. It's just... It feels like a Tomb Raider game, you know? I don't know. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe you hate Tomb Raider. You're one of those people that just... Oh, I don't like the Tomb Raider. I don't like her. She's a mean lady. She kills people. I don't know. My grandma, by the way, when I was a kid, I used to tell her, oh, I want to play Tomb Raider. She thought I was talking about Terminator, like, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And she's like, oh, the Terminator? I like that movie. I was like, no, Tomb Raider. Oh, Tomb Raider. Oh, I don't know what that is. It was really funny. And I remember when video game movies started to unfortunately become a thing in the 2000s, she was like, oh, are you gonna go see the new Tombinator? I can't remember how she said it. She said something fucking weird, like Tombinator or something, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I saw it, and it was not very good. I don't think they're the worst films ever made. I've actually seen both of the Tomb Raider films, but I just think they haven't aged as well as you probably think they haven't. I don't know. So I've met people that said they're really good, and I've met people that say, oh, they really fucking suck. And I'm kind of in the middle. I don't think they're bad, but I don't think they're very good films on their own. Like, they don't have a lot going for them other than the fact that people like to assume that because it's a video game movie, it's instantly good, and I just don't understand that at all. Where is that bastard? I swear there's a mummy in this area. I know there is because I've been pissed off before about it. Having, like, flashbacks of when I was, like, 13 and freaking out at this part about something. Maybe there's a difference in the PS1 version, but I swear to God there's a mummy here, and it's pissed me off so much when I was a kid. They also make an idle noise, which we'll probably hear soon enough, but I was trying to show it off in the caves level, which is why it scared the shit out of me as a kid, too. When I found that, I was like, oh, that was some spooky shit. Ugh. I didn't like none of that. I didn't like that shit in my video game. I really did not. I'm pretty sure this is not smooth. I can walk on this. There we go. Fuck, that scared the shit right out of me. I don't know if you could feel what I just felt, but it was not a good feeling. Okay, that was like slamming your penis in the car door. It's like, it doesn't feel good, okay? Like, this game just puts you in a fucking tense state when you're playing it because it's so... It's like I said in the beginning, it's so precise that if you fuck up, you feel it in your guts. You're like, ugh! Like, you just... Ugh, it's just an awful feeling. And it's just, yeah, just, I think there's a secret over there, but I can't be asked to go over there. So, don't blame me for not getting a secret. I really don't care. This fall is lethal, so if you fuck it up, you're going to die, and it's going to be really, really awful. Also, I've been playing more Tomb Raider 2. I've gotten to, I believe it's halfway through the game, if I remember correctly, but I enjoy it. It's kind of growing on me. I can hear you down there grunting and groaning, Mr. Crocodile Man. Now, this jump I know is a secret, and it's really iffy. So, I gotta line my ass up right here. This is a really nasty jump, and I'm not kidding. This jump is weird. I fucked it up like twice in the past. Oh, God, that just feels gross. I don't know how to explain it, but until you play the game, you understand what I'm talking about. That jump feels iffy. And like you're gonna miss it or something. Will you go away, Mr. Gator? I don't want to deal with you. You know, I tell you what, let's give that... Actually, no, I only have 10 shells. That's probably not a good idea. I don't want to waste them on that fucking alligator or crocodile. Pretty sure those are supposed to be crocodiles because in Egyptian mythology there was a lot of crocodiles mentioned as well. So maybe that's my assumption here, is that they're crocodiles. Someone tried to explain to me the difference between crocodiles and alligators, and they tried to make a very convincing point. And I was like, so they're the same animal with a different name, and they got really mad at me. I think it was in high school. I like listened to them intently, and I just fucking ignored them. So down there is a death trap. Don't go over there. That's an instant fucking game over. I'm not making that shit up. It is awful. Don't go there. Please don't go there. And if you thought I was kidding about the Magnum ammo thing, I wasn't. This is where the game literally says, hey, you should be using the Magnum. You have them now, so enjoy using them. Also, this area has a weird lighting issue, and it's temporary, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's if I pull this switch, it just goes away. Watch. Oh, that's the wall. Sorry, that's not helpful. See what I mean? That's like fucking weird. I don't remember that being in the PS1 version or not. Alright. These fucking... There's like 8 of those fucking lions down there, panthers. It's terrible. Like, I'm dead serious. That is the most dangerous area in the entire game, and you may be like, it doesn't look that bad. I'm like, oh, you wait. Don't you fucking shake your head and just say, oh, no, Seth, you're just full of shit. No, that whole area is going to be flooded with those fuckers in like 2 minutes, and it's terrible. You don't want to be down there for very long, and you do not want to not kill these damn things. So, as I said, Magnum does 4 times the amount of damage as the pistol, so you can imagine why I say use the Magnum, because that is a very tanky enemy, and it's not fun to deal with. No, you can't make this jump yet. That's right. You have to go in here for the other side. So, I don't think I can make that jump. I do this every time I play this level, and I think you can make this jump, but I'm 90% certain you can't. Yeah, see what I mean? I don't know, I swear in my mind I've done it once, but, you know, my little addled brain is not as good as it used to be, so begging forgiveness here. Okay, like I said, there's more. There's... Oh, they made a little pile. I feel bad now. And all these are health kits in here as well. There's one in the other one, too. And I think this opens up after I pick this one up, right? I'm 90% certain it does. No, it must be after you activate the next switch. That's right. But there's 2 more in there, and there's just a small medkit in there. So, yeah. Also, I could wax lyrical about these... I don't know why I'm so lashed onto that phrase, but... Those statues, or those cartouches, are actually of, like... Let me see here if I know. That's the one with the weird-looking gas mask thing. I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure the one next to it is, like, the wife of Osiris, and then Osiris is on the left-hand side where I'm... See where my head's at right here? That's supposed to be him, and I believe that's Ra on the left, who's got the sun disk over his head. So, see, I know my shit. I know of another culture that I technically have never really looked heavily into at all. Anyways, this is another secret, I'm pretty sure, so... I guess that's the trigger. Wow. I haven't even mentioned this yet. In Tomb Raider, a lot of the triggers for, like, enemy spawns and stuff are actually based on line def, similar to Doom. I'm not trying to compare this as being made in the Doom engine, but if it was made in the Doom engine, it would be something like that. It's actually very basic. Get out of here. I've actually played Doom Raider a long time ago. I remember me and a friend popped that fucker in, and I just did not like it. I don't know what it was, I just could not get into it. I was not feeling it. I mean, I have a really old playthrough of when I was, like, really young. I played Void, which is a Doom WAD that I just downloaded it, and I was like, oh, let's try this out. And, oh, by the way, my friend used to say, oh, look, it's a smiley, lol. Like, we'd do that all the time. So, we thought it was great shit. Also, if you're ever curious why Ankhs are put in front of mouths of a lot of characters in, like, Egyptian mythology, it's because the passing of breath. You can think of it like giving life or something like that. I believe that's the interpretation. So, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't want to correct myself if I am wrong. There's a mummy in here, I know this. This is why I got the big boy out. Oh, fucking hell. It's not that it's tense, it's that... the fucking... Oh, you piece of shit. Oh my god. Look how much fucking damage they do. You see, I wasn't kidding when I said you're gonna need all these fucking health kits. And look at that shit, he took so many fucking shells to go down. He took like 4 shots. I fucking hate the mummies in this game. They're the worst enemy. And that's how they act. They just stun lock you, or they jump like 2 blocks forward and fucking... Oh, I hate these. They're just terrible, dude. They're the worst enemy in the game. I mean, they're cool because they're mummies, so instinctively I'm like, yeah, they're pretty metal. But, I mean, in practicality, they're just fucking awful. And like I said, in the next level, they explode. So, yeah, you're not even gonna get to have fun. They just say nope, and then they just do a bunch of damage and you die. Having just played, what's it called, the level, something 40 fathoms, this is really weird. I'm like, I feel like I've done this before, but in a different life, or something. Also, like I said, the game is telling you, hey, use your magnums. The big boys. You gotta bust out the big, fat Trojan Magnum willies. You gotta use those on everything now. I mean, the Uzis are actually okay. I'm not 100% certain on, like, the exact damages and stuff, but I'm pretty sure they're, like, broken in Tomb Raider 2. I don't know, I'm going off of anecdotal information. I have no knowledge of how the Tomb Raider engine works or whatever. The only reason I know that the, like, magnums are 4 times the damage is because I've counted it, like, in terms of how many shots per thing, so I just kind of assume that. Oh, this part's awful. I hate this, because you can fall and you'll fuck up, and... There we go, perfect. You don't want to do that. It's really shitty and it sucks. Sucks ass. I don't know why I'm turning into AVGN, but why not? He's fun. How can you not like AVGN? I've actually tried to suggest AVGN to people, and I had a friend that was just like... I hyped it up. He's like, oh, alright, I'll watch it. He watched like the first episode, and he's like, this shit's not funny. And I'm like, it gets better, man. That's the very first episode from like... fucking circa 2007. Like, what did you expect? Like, the first AVGN episode I ever watched was his holiday special episode where he says my favorite intro banter of all time. Welcome to their sacrilegious Christmas fuckfest. That was the very first introduction I had to AVGN, and it's my favorite one. I think it was the Winter Games episode. He's wearing the Atari silver jacket. That's all I remember. But that's the city of Kamun. It's a pretty short level. It's not hard. It's just a lot of stuff. I actually did get all the secrets. Wow. So I'll see you in the next one.